This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. I am Rajni Jain on behalf of agricultureinformation.com. I'd like to welcome you all to this online meeting. Please take a moment to review the guidelines for this online meeting posted in the chat window. I now request the moderator, Mr. Lakshmipathy, to introduce the speaker and start the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rajini. Good evening, everyone. I am Lakshmipathy and I'll be moderating this meeting. Agricultureinformation.com likes to welcome to this meeting Mr. Arvind V, the proprietor of AVR Nursery, Salem, Tamilnadu. Mr. Arvind will be speaking on the topic Mango Softwood Grafting for Better Yield. I now request the speaker to begin.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Agriculture Information for giving me this opportunity to detail about mango softwood grafting and its uses and details about mango. And it will be very helpful for us, our concern. Thank you. And let us now move on to the session. The first thing we have to do is preparing the land. For that, as you can see in this image, the land will be ground in the rectangular shape so that it will be easy for sowing the seeds. For any tree or plant to develop, we need a quality water. We should do water testing before planting anything. Any pH value between 6.5 to 7.5 will be desirable pH value for grafting or anything. Our land lies next to near to Medur Dam, so our water quality is very high and the softness of the water is very high. So the plants which grow in our nursery yields high yielding. Next thing is from where we procure our seeds. See, mango comes to yield during the month of April and May in high numbers. So what we do is we get seeds from the factories, juice factories near Krishnagiri and Dharmaburi districts. The factories which extract juice from the mango send that unwanted seeds to other person who collects it and dumps it in open field. As you can see in this image, they dump the seeds in the open fields. Earlier days, we used to collect seeds for free, but nowadays seeds cost around 4,000 rupees per ton for procurement. So after collecting the seeds, we transport it to our place in any garage, a lorry like that. See, here you want to, I want to request one thing. There may be around 12 to 15 variety of mangoes coming around the Krishnagiri and Dharmaburi districts. For softwood grafting, we prefer two varieties of seeds. One is Alfonso, another one is Sendura. What we do is we will inform our person who sends us that seed that whenever the factory dumps the Sendura seeds or Alfonso seeds, they will inform us and they will say that you can collect the seeds, because these two seeds growth will be more. Other than, even though there are many other varieties, the seeds which come from Neelam, Chendura and Alfonsa, the growth will be more. The germination percentage will also be more when you get these two seeds. The next thing is, after bringing the seeds to our nursery, we will arrange the seeds in this way. We will just throw it on the ground, so that since it is brought from other area, it will be very juicy. It may be very uh, not be dry. It will be very fleshy. So we will put this in open air so that the flesh items get dried. After that, we will start sowing the seeds in our land. As you can see in this right side image, we will sow the seeds one by one in the lengthwise. You can see the bed in the left side image, and you can see how we are sowing it in the field. Another way of sowing the seeds is you can just, if you have uh, many bulk amount of seeds, means you can throw it in the open land, and you can just place one layer of sand above the seeds, and if you water it, then the germination will also be there. But the thing is, if you sow the seeds like what you are doing in one by one, the germination will be high, and it will be easy for us to pick the plants. So we will do it in one. We'll do it in right side way. We will place the seeds one by one, and after growing, we will pick it from the land. Then the next thing is how to water the seeds. See here, usually we will use sprinkler to water the seeds, because if you directly water it from our motor, the germination, the seeds may get affected. So if the position of the seed changes, means the germination will also get affected. So what we do is we use sprinkler, water sprinkler, so that the water will be sprinkled around everywhere, but it will not disturb the germination of the mango seeds. After we sow the seeds, around after 45 days, the sprouting or germination will start from the uh, seeds. As you can see in this photo, these are the young plants, they germinated from the seeds. See, the germination percentage for mango is around 20 to 25%. Remaining around 75 to 80% of seeds gets affected, it will not germinate. If we get 20 to 25% germinate, means it is a good germination percentage, because since we are getting from the picked the peeled and squeezed factories, the germination will not be uh, above 25%. If we get the 20 to 25%, it is a good germination average. And the next thing is, after 45 days, as you can see, we will pick from the land one by one by seed, one by seed. We will then transfer. You can see it will be like that only. The seed will be in big number, big size, and the sprout will be very thin. Then we will transform it to the packets like this. Each and every plant will be transformed to the packets. See here, the size of the stem will be very thin. So we must be very careful by transforming from land to packets, because it may get damaged. If it get damaged, it means already the germination is only around 20%. If we don't do it carefully, means it may get affected. So carefully we must pick up the seeds which have germinated, and it must be transformed to the packets. See, this is how we arrange the germinated seeds in packets. As you can see, the color of the here you can see the color of the plant will be dark brownish while it is growing. Here we will arrange the plants in bedwise. Usually what we do is we arrange it in row wise 10 and column wise 30, around 300 plants per bed. You see, most of them, the color of all the plants will be in same color, around light brownish. What we do is, after transforming it to cover, we place inside the poly houses, because that climate of the plants is very important for grafting. Mango, as you know, it is a plant which comes in heated areas. So we place it in inside the poly house. Now you see this video how grafting is done in our nursery. Please watch it. Okay. Now I will explain the grafting. As you can see, in that tray, we will have scions. See, the scions are the one which gives the variety of the plant. We get quality scions from the quality mother plants. As you can see, after the fruit comes, we will get scions from the mother plants. The scions which we get from fields will be of high quality, because based on these scions only, the yield of the plant will be more. As you can see, the person who does this grafting should be a well qualified person, since the stems will be very thin and the scions will be cut into V shape. The mother plant will also be cut into V shape, and the scions will be cut into V shape. Both will be attached, and they will be tied with a thin polythene film. They will be wrapped in a thin polythene film, so that the air bubble does not get inside, or anything does not get inside that crafted area. After that, as you can see in the background, we will place a polythene cap over that grafted plant. It will not, it will have nothing, only it will be like a stem. Above that, we will place one polythene cap. See, you can see in this image. After grafting, we will place that caps over all the grafted plants, and again we will arrange them in the bedwise, 10 into 30, row wise 10 and column wise 30, so that it will be easy for us to water the plants, to see whether germination has occurred or not, what for cleaning purpose, for everything. If we arrange it in this way, it will be easy. As you can see, we will arrange it in 300 numbers. After 15 days, small leaves will start emerging inside the uh, cover which has been placed above the plant. So after getting 2 to 3 leaves, or at sometimes suddenly we can get 5 to 7 leaves, we will remove the caps. See, here will be having caps. Caps will be placed on every plant. Now we will not leave any one plant, because if water falls on that plant directly, means it will not it will not come to planting. It will become waste. So what we do is, we will encap each and every plant, whether it comes, it's a success or failure. We'll go encap everything. Then what we do is, when the leaves comes around, means we will remove that caps, see, and we will place it in that bedwise itself. The next thing is, after 15 to 30 days, the start of the plant's growth will appear, as you can see in this image. Okay, see, you can see in first bed there will be there, even though there are many plants have growth has appeared, still there will be some plants with caps placed on them. This is because the success rate for mango grafting differs from variety to variety. For example, for Alfonso, the success rate is only 50%. That is, if we do softwood grafting for 1,000 plants, we will get the only 50%. Around 500 of the plants only will success. Only that excuse me, only that much plants will be uh, useful for planting or business purpose. Others, it will die itself. For Bengaluru or Neelam, for some other variety, the success rate will be from 80 to 90%. If the scions are from good plants, means you can get 90% success for the plants. As you can see in the background, the next bed will be having a success rate will be very low, because more caps will be present in that plants. we arrange the plants in the variety wise, because while while we while we do grafting itself, we know what are the from which tree we are getting science, and while grafting we will arrange the plants in the variety wise. It will be then only it will be easy for us to differentiate between different varieties. And the next thing is, as I show in the first second thing, we will get seeds from the factories, and we will place it in our farm. Now there are two types of grafting: stone wood grafting and the softwood grafting. What we do is, whatever number of seeds we want, grafts we want for softwood grafting, we will transfer them to packets. Another thing, we will leave some seeds in the farm itself, so that they get useful for stone grafting, and we will again sell it for others, those who wants to do for stone wood grafting. These are known as mother plant, sorry, these are known as root stock. What it is for root stock. If we also place this in packets, and we will sell them to whoever other person who do stone grafting. And now we will see about merits and demerits of this grafting method. The merit is, it is very easy to perform a softwood grafting than stonewood grafting, and the success percentage will be high. The next thing is, usually we will do around 50,000 to 1 lakh grafting plants. But in stonewood grafting, you can't do that much. It will be very tough to do in thousands or lakh numbers. And another thing is, this method is very economical. Stonewood grafting, the price of the tree itself is very high for stonewood grafting. But since it is very easy, that softwood plants are price is very low when compared to stonewood grafting. And even though there are some merits, there are some demerits in softwood grafting. It's because since the stems are very thin, as I showed, the person who is doing grafting should be very careful while doing it. Not many people cannot do it. It needs years of training to do that grafting technique. So we need a skilled person. If any other person does it, means it is not the success rate will become very less. If the success rate becomes less, means we will incur losses. As you know, we are getting only 20% of seeds gets germinated. After that, we transform it into packets, and after grafting, we get around 80 percentage, 50 to 80 percentage plants will be grown after grafting. Okay, then if any wrong thing happens at any stage, we will incur losses. So we required skilled persons for grafting. And while transforming from land to cover also, we need a skilled person. Otherwise, if any small pressure is applied, means the stem will get broken from the seed. So care must be taken from the right from stage 1 to transforming the plants. And another thing is, as I said, some varieties show less response. Alfonso, which yield only 50 percentage. So the cost of the production of Alfonso plant itself will become high. So it will be costing more other than other varieties. And the next thing is, new varieties cannot be developed. As see, we get science directly from the grown mother plants, healthy mother plants. We get it in V-shape cutting, and we show softwood grafting. So like this, we cannot in this method we cannot yield new varieties. As you can see, we one of our father's friend they have 12 varieties in one mango tree. How it is possible? It's possible because of stonewood grafting, but like that we can't do it in softwood grafting. Another thing is spread of viral disease may occur through this method. This is because, see, as I said earlier, the quality of water should be as much as pure as it should be. If there is any contamination in water, means there may chances of viral disease occurring in the plants. And the next thing is, if the water is very salty, means growth of the plants will be less. If the saltiness in the water is high, means you can see leaves of the plants which have after grafting may get brownish in the edges. Next thing is, what we do is, in our nursery we don't use any pesticides or growth promoters or urea in our nursery. So we are 100% we are organic. The thing is, if we put urea in our nursery, means the growth of the plants will be high and it may look shiny. Then we sell it to another nursery. We do it in lots or wholesale, and when a customer buys it from the nursery, means it may look very healthy, filmy like that. When a farmer or person buys it, and if it wants to get into his land, means after some 10 to 15 days, before adapting to that climate, there will be a somewhat sunken uh, tender for the plant. So at that time, the person may think that whether it is whether they have bought a low quality, or it may feel like that. So what we do is, we will not use any pesticides or growth promoters. We will give it as such. When the farmers or the buyer plants it in their land, means after getting adapted, the growth will be high. So the customers may feel happy. So whenever it comes to one's place, and if it gets healthier, means the customers will feel happy. So we don't use growth promoters in our nursery. Okay, as a sum up, first thing I want to tell is, we have to see the quality of the water, and it should be in rectangular space. The land should be prepared in the rectangular space. The quality of the seeds are very important, and it takes around 7 months for the trees to develop from grafting. After grafting, we remove the caps, and we will again shift our plants from polyhouse to shade net house. If the rainwater falls directly above the plant, means the growth will be more. So we shift from polyhouse to the shade net house. Okay, then after around 7 to 8 months of growth, at the second stage growth, we will start selling to our customers. Okay, as you can see that. Okay, okay. If anybody has some queries, they can ask me.
Thank you, Mr. Arvind, for an excellent and detailed presentation. I now request the participants to ask their questions. We'll also be posting the speaker's contact details in the chat window. Now, participants, please start asking your questions, and please keep your mics on. Those with questions may please put on their mics. The first question is from, who would ask the first question? I'm yet to see any mic getting on, please. First question is from Mr. Venkateshappa.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for good presentation. May you know how this softwood graft is different from in situ grafting?
No, actually, we are doing from for the past 10 years, we are doing only softwood grafting. So what the problem is, I don't know many other. We usually do for softwood grafting and stone grafting. So since it's since we have my father is an assistant director of horticulture. I got
Yeah.
that training and I got that production from my father. Okay, and I have no idea
Have
in
you
that
heard of,
field.
have you heard of in situ grafting?
No, sir. Usually we do in our
It's
area in Tamilnadu we go for only two things: hardware, this softwood grafting and stone grafting.
in situ grafting is done on the tree itself.
Yes, sir. It is similar to stone wood grafting. So what you say
Yeah.
is different. That's what I'm telling you. You see, our production quantity is around minimum 50,000 to 1 lakh. Okay.
Yeah.
If you go for institute grafting, we can't find we can't go for lakhs in one area.
Mm-hmm.
You can understand, no? In a tree,
Yeah,
maximum
yeah.
possible is 20 to 30. That's all. We
Yeah.
can't do more than that. So what for higher number of production, it is better to go for softwood grafting.
Yeah.
We
For one
usually send. Yes, sir.
for 1 year grafted plant sampling,
Yes.
what price you will charge
As we will charge around 50 to 70 rupees, sir, for softwood
for
grafting.
what
Yes,
will
sir.
be the height?
Above 1.5 feet, sir.
1.5 feet.
1.5 feet to 2 feet. If you go for stone grafting, it will be around 120
Yeah.
minimum starting price. So that's the price
Okay.
difference is more. We also produce in large quantities, then it will be helpful for us. The customers will also be very easy for them to get it.
Okay, sir. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from Miss Jenny.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear
Yes,
you.
yes, we can hear you. Please
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
Sir, the talk was very interesting, but I just have two questions to ask you. Number
Yes,
one,
ma'am.
which is the right time to do grafting? And number two, whether I can do grafting of my old mango trees.
Yes,
I have
ma'am.
old mango trees, and so I just want to know when I can do the grafting and whether it would be right, whether I could use well water for using the water every day on those trees.
Okay, ma'am. I'll answer your question. See, we have been grafting for the past 10 years, 10 to 15 years. But what we usually do is we will graft within 45 days after seeding. Okay, but nowadays you can see in within 1 to 2 months. We
Okay.
usually after grafting we will do it in 1 to 2 months after transforming it to our cover stage. We will
Yes.
do it in 1 2 months. Actually, as I said, we will get we have got seeds in the month of May. We sow it and we will do before the end of June. Before end of June, we will do grafting.
Before
Nowadays,
end
many
of June.
yes, ma'am. Before end of June, we will do it grafting. But since in many places they use they round the year they are doing grafting, but we don't do it in that way. We do it within that, as you saw in my presentation, the color of the plant, no, it will be brownish. As you see
Okay.
here, it will be in this color. After 1 month, that see, you can see, no, it will the color of the plant will start changing to greenish.
Okay.
So before that, we will do grafting. As we do it, the yield also will be more, and the percentage of success will also be high. So we will complete in before June, maximum July first week itself. We will finish at our grafting process, ma'am.
So I also want to know how many varieties of mangoes you can have in the same tree.
Ma'am, some persons
Grafting?
are having 12 to 15 varieties you can have. It's a, since you are telling that you are having old tree, you can go
Yes.
for 12 varieties can be cultivated in one tree.
Okay. And can I use well water or I have to use a local municipal water?
Ma'am, it's better not to use local municipal water, ma'am, because they may add chlorine in that. Well water
Okay.
is enough, ma'am, but you should see that You should not water regularly, ma'am. So if you pour excess water for mango, it will affect the growth.
Okay.
It is a dry plant, ma'am, dry plant. So if it does not have water for 1 to 2 months, no problem. It will survive. But you should not
Okay.
pour extra water. Water it
Yes.
once, one day, or you can leave it, water it in 2 days once. That itself is enough for mango, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay.
Next question from Mr. Brito.
Thank you, Mr. Lakshmipati.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arvind, for a very beautiful and detailed presentation on a very interesting topic. See, I have a query. You mentioned you don't use any urea or any other uh, chemical.
Yes,
How
sir.
do you? What do you do? What nutrients do you use? One thing. Secondly, you mentioned the price of rupees 50 to 75 for softwood.
Yes,
uh,
sir.
which variety will we get, and do you also send it by your own means, or do the clients have to come and collect it from your uh, nursery, wherever it is, please?
Okay. Say, while as you can see
Yes,
from the plant, we are transferring to packet now, sir. In
yes.
this mixture itself, in that soil mixture itself, we will add cow dung and potash like that, sir. We don't use any growth after plants. Only
Okay,
simple cow dung or organic manure is enough for our plants, sir, our seeds. Since our water quality is high, the yield, the number of plants which die after grafting is less. So the growth itself for based on our water and our soil, the growth itself is high. So we don't use that urea and that, sir, like that. If the water is salty, means they can use urea, so they can boost that plants. We don't want like that. So we don't use urea or any other growth promoter, sir. Another thing is, since we do it in bulk, we usually sell it to our customers of nurseries in Tamilnadu and Kerala. If I want means minimum 1,000 order I want, so that I can transfer it from my place to any other place. You can plant
okay,
around 650 plants, high density planting around 600 plants in 1 acre nowadays. So around 1,000 trees, minimum order will be around 1,000, ma'am. 1,000, sir.
okay. Thank you. And you say
Thank you.
600 plants in high density. What
Ah,
is your opinion and advice regarding high density and normal spacing, which used to be done earlier? Which is better in the
uh,
long run?
sir, I prefer high density plantation, sir. There are two
Okay,
reasons. One thing is we get the number of plants more, so we can plant the different varieties. In usual method, the tree will be of so bigger size, so it will be hard for us to pick. If you go for high density planting, the maximum height of the tree will be around 7 feet to 8 feet. So it will be easy for us to maintain. We can get a number of varieties. Whatever number of yield you get in high density planting, you can get in normal planting, sir. So based on everything, high density planting is preferable, sir.
okay. Thank you. And
Thank you.
actually, your Alfonso is a
Yes,
very tasty mango.
yes,
Now,
yes, sir.
recently
Alfonso.
we have heard of
Yes,
mangoes in Madhya Pradesh, where a
yes, sir.
farmer is selling each mango at thousands of rupees, uh,
Lakhs of rupees,
uh,
sir.
lakhs of
Actually,
rupees.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
is it possible? And can you also do that if you
No, sir.
get?
No, I know about that variety a couple of years back itself. I said the
Yes,
thing, that variety is from Japan. So what they do
yes,
is they cultivate it inside a polyhouse, sir. Like what
yes,
we do in tomato, they do it
yes,
inside a polyhouse. It is not
yes.
feasible here. And another thing
Okay,
is, you The news is correct that they sell for lakhs of amount, but they have only seven mangoes, sir. They don't have
Okay.
the 1,000 or like 100 mangoes. They are not yielding. Only 7 mangoes
Okay.
has been yielded in 2 trees. So it is not
Okay.
economically feasible. It's actually I was very astonished how they it's a luck, sir. How they got yield because of their luck. We can't do it
Okay.
Sir,
here, sir.
can I
Our
answer to
classes will
Mr.
not suit.
Joseph, sir?
Please,
Can-
please do.
I'm Venkatesh Appa, sir. I'm also mango grower. You asked a
Yes,
question whether ultra high density is better or normal spacing is better.
exactly.
Yeah, as Mr. Arvind told, I also proposes it. In ultra high density, the fruit will be at a reachable height. We can manage, maintain the fruits healthy very well. We can even put bags to each of the fruit. We can good quality fruits will be sold. Alfonso fruit will be sold up to 200 rupees per kilo. If per kilo 200 rupees means one fruit costs around 50 rupees. When one fruit costs 50 rupees, it is nothing to put 1 rupee bag for each fruit. But in normal size, tree will be very high. At the higher stage, we can't put bag, even maintain we can look into it. As such, ultra high density is highly preferable. It is a requirement of the present day, and people in very developed states like Maharashtra, Gujarat are also going for ultra high density only. Sorry for
Yeah.
interfering.
So thank you. Your
Sorry.
observation is very right. Even here now in
Thanks for
Srinivaspura, Kolar, they are going in for ultra high density.
No, I'm basically from Chikbalapur. My farm is in
Okay.
Chikbalapur.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
Okay,
you.
next question, please.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Rajesh Venkachalam. Dr. Rajesh Venkachalam. So my mic is on, but not responding. Next question is from nobody else.
You were able to hear now, sir?
Yes, sir. Again. Here is sir.
Who is it, Dr. Rajesh? Huh?
No,
Yes, sir.
Dr. Rajesh.
Rajesh, sir. Sorry, I had a problem with my audio all this while.
Okay.
Okay, now you can go ahead, please.
Thank you, Lakshmipati, sir, and good evening, all the panelists, and good evening, Arvind. It was a very good presentation. And what age you're selling your sapling, Alfonso?
Sir, 8 months, 8 to 9 months.
8 to 9 months.
Yes,
And
sir.
what age it we can get the harvest?
Around 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yes, sir.
And how do you differentiate your seedling when they dump the seedling between Sindura and Alfonso? Are you sure when we buy the sapling it is Alfonso and it is not Sindura? Are you sure
Yes,
with
sir.
that?
We are 100% sure from right from what when the fruit gets squeezed in the factory itself, sir. They know the variety, what kind of what variety of fruit they are squeezing. So after getting that seed transformed to our plant, what we get the science, sir. We get the science from the particular plant, and we know from what plant we are grafting the plant. So the variety which we tell will be exactly. And after that, 7 to 8 months, as we paint for each and every variety, we paint in different colors, sir. So we know what variety we are selling.
Right. What is the success of your sapling after 2.5 years with ultra high density US ultra high density plantation? What is the
Yes,
success after 3 years? You can expect at least expect some 5 to 10 kilos at third year.
yes, sir. We can expect say around 2.5 years. We can minimum we can go for 3 to 4 kg, sir. We go if we my father has worked as an assistant director of horticulture in the government of Tamilnadu. He had planted more thousands of trees. So in after 5 years we can get around 7 to 10 kgs of yield per tree, sir.
Right.
If it is
And
maintained correctly, means we can get 7 to 10 kgs of yield.
Yeah. With ultra high density plantation, I know exactly how it works. I'm from Srinivaspur Taluk. We
Okay.
have got the fertile land to grow the
Oh,
mangoes,
okay.
and
We have dry
there's
land.
as per the ultra high density plantation, we can go up to 1,200 plants with 3 feet into 6 feet, six by
Okay.
vertical and 3 feet by between the plants. We get up 6 to 7 feet height. That's all right. And you see the product after harvest. You know about that product. How many? What's the weight it weighs?
Minimum 400 grams, sir. Around 750 it will come, sir. See,
So you have
we
got the mother plant at your place where we can able to see when we come there.
now mother plant we have started in our mother plants are only 1 year. We get mother plants from Armuthumalai forest, sir. It's
Right.
in near Salem. So the science mother plants should be it's of 20 years, 10 years age. So the quality of science are more. So we get procure it from there, sir.
So you assure us that Alfonso, what we are going to get sapling and the time when we get harvest, the pulp, the present of the pulp in the fruit is the best one. You can assure
Yes, sir.
us,
Yes, sir. That I can assure you.
right? And what's your price?
Sir, that around 50 to 70 rupees based on the market rate, sir.
Okay, if you go for a big lot, then you need to come back to the same price, 50 rupees or something, with
Yeah,
transport or without transport.
without transport.
Right. I mean, because as you have been telling, your saplings are A grade one, we definitely need a grade one because we have to wait for another 2 years to get the harvest. And in the time of the harvest, we need to get the right type of fruit for us to sell it in the market. So I was asking, it was you had a success rate. I mean, with the saplings you have sold for other farmers, they have come back to you and said that it's a good one.
Yes, sir. My father is a very trained person, and his success rate is very high. The yield also, the plants which he have given us is very high. So we only do in mango grafting, sir. We have fertile water and we have vast land, but we only do mango grafting. We don't do any other grafting. We
All right.
don't procure any other thing. We are only specialist in mango grafting, sir.
Along with Alfonso, Arvind, along with Alfonso, you have got any other breeds like you have got Kesa?
No, sir. Here we are having the 12 varieties, sir. Alfonsa, Sendura, Neelam, Bengaluru, Salem, Bengaluru, like that, sir. So you
So
can
you don't have
contact
it.
me.
Okay.
No, whatever cyan we get, we will graft it, sir.
I mean,
So
we are very particular. We want one type of sapling that is Alfonsa, or other than that, Alfonsa is Kesa.
yes, sir. Oh, okay, sir. I'll see to
Yeah.
that, sir. So you can have my number. You contact
Yeah.
me. I will send the photo of our plants after
Right.
during that after 7 to 8 months. Based on that, we can contact me, sir.
Okay. And the Japanese mango you're talking, it is called Mijayaki. That
Vijayaki.
it is a
Ah, yes,
grown it.
sir.
Yeah. That's
Vijayaki.
an expensive one. Yeah. Right. Thank you,
Expensive
Arvind.
one.
It was a good
Okay.
presentation. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lakshmipati sir.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Yes, next question is from anybody else? Would be interested to ask questions, please? Any questions? I'll go for the chat window to look for questions, please. Please hold. Yeah, I think one question is, when will it start yielding fruits? That's a question from
The
Mr. V.
based on that soil healthiness, we usually say for 2.5 years minimum. From minimum 2.5 years, the yield will start, sir. Actually, we can get yield in 1 year. It's one or two flowering may happen in first year. Second year, we can get minimum or one or two seeds may procure. We can get fruits. But we usually say that 2.5 years to 3 years. From the third year, you can get yield, sir. Good yield from third year. We say it in that way only.
Right, all right, thank you. Okay, that's the answer for Mr. VG. Any more questions, please? Can I take your permission to close the meeting? I hope there are no more questions to ask. All right, no more Mr. Siddhappa, Mr. Surya Prabhu Mariappan, Ms. Renuka Devi, Professor Rati, Mr. Melvin D'Souza. You all have no questions, Mr. Jayaraman? Right? Right. I'll take it, presume no more questions to ask. And that's all we have for the day. And we have now completed the round of questions. I'd like to thank Mr. Arvind on behalf of Agriculture Information for taking his time to speak with us with a very interesting presentation. I now request the organizer of the meeting, Ms. Rajani, to please close the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lakshmipati. I'd like to thank the speaker, Mr. Arvind, for taking the time to talk with us. I also like to thank all the participants for their time. The meeting will now be closed.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
All the best, Mr. Arvind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.